Welcome everybody. It's absolutely fabulous to have you here with me today. I'm going to do a recording of 6 sessions for your head, your back, your shoulders, your thighs, your ankles, and then just a relaxation. So before we begin, it's really important that unless you're one of my regular yoga students and has purchased this pack and signed the waiver, please do not watch or share this video, as I want to keep you safe. And anything that you do in this practice is really on your body. So please use it wisely, make sure that you practice in a safe space. And if you're pregnant or have any other issues that your doctor has told you that you're not allowed to do yoga, please don't do yoga. Otherwise, let's enjoy the practice. For a change, we'll begin in a comfortable seated position, moving the fleshy bits of the spine out of the way, sitting up nice and tall. Begin to take a deep breath in, the biggest, deepest breath you've taken all day, filling the lungs as fast as you can. Draw that breath on in and sigh it out. Breathe on in and let it out. One more time, breathing here and release. Let's begin by integrating a little bit of movement now as we reach the hands on up, turning the hands on over to stretch, reaching one side, keeping that sit bone grounded, and reaching the other. Slight sway as the arms come behind the ears, moving one side, moving the other. And then going off the rails a little bit here. I'm mirroring you today. Drop the right hand down, sweep the left hand around, rise and reach, pick up underneath that armpit. Sweep around, reach on up. Couple more in your own time, working with your breath, working with your body as you reach on through. And once you get to that point where you feel that side waist has begun to release, and you can walk the hands on out, spider fingers here, dropping the forehead down, dropping the thoughts. Every time our head falls forward, our thoughts get released. There's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do, but just for the next little while to embrace this time just for you, leaving distractions behind and carving out this space. Plant down through the fingertips now. Turn it on over so that the knees are in line with the hip points. Fingers are spread nice and wide. A light bend in our elbows here, micro bend. Cat-cow. Drop the belly, lift the head, roll on through, tuck that spine, really working the upper back today, and the neck, and the shoulders. Catch that wave. Keep rolling through, belly button to spine. Draw it up and release. Rising to reach. Exhale to turn. Walking the fingers now on over, right on over to the right hand side. As far as you can, just feeling that sideways stretch, working towards the back leg. Other side, walking the fingers all the way around. Deep body side stretch. One more to each side, walking through. And the other side. Coming back center now in your own time. And finishing off with another little cat-cow here. Drawing up and rolling through. Waking up the body now as we tuck those toes, hovering the knees on off for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sending those hip bones back. Down dog or child's pose, your practice, your choice here as always. Yoga is about what body you have showed up with today. If it's child's pose day for you, take child's pose. If it's a down dog day, go for it. Taking a little pedal of the feet here. And then heel and toe. Walk up. Feet towards the hands. Fold the lower back, protecting the spine. Loosen the head and neck here. Shaking a little nod, nodding a little, and then drawing up, straightening through the knees if that's in your practice today, and then bending down, rising and reaching, drawing up, taking the full stretch, take up space here. Feel the ribs engage, feet can be hip distance apart or even greater. Hands draw down through that heart center, lift the elbows. Taking the chin to the chest, feeling the deep stretch in the back of the neck. Micro bend in the knees here. Begin to nod the head, a little yes. Shake the head, a little no. And then draw small circles with the neck. 3 times one way, 3 times the other. Magnificent work. Drop those hands, give them a little bit of a shake. Let's shake it into the body today as we shoulders. Beginning to shake one foot, all the tension out of the body. Shaking the other leg. Shake it through here. And then once you've shaken and stirred, and every single body part is loose and jiggly, wiggling of the hips, then come to a point of stillness. Samasthiti, equal standing. Tadasana, mountain pose. As we begin to move through our flow, soften through the knees, hands drawn up, sink down into your chair. Weight through the heels, forward fold, belly button to the top of the thighs. Lift to that halfway point and plant down through the hands and step one foot followed by the other back into your plank. Straight and strong, ribs are zipped on in, knees are down if you need. Tuck those elbows in, tricep push up, taking the full breath to come on down before breathing into your back bend. Might be a little bit of Sphinx to start, or maybe it's an up dog. And then draw it back. Down dog. 3 accountable breaths here. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. You got this. Whether it's just the second down dog of the day or whether it's the 5th, whatever your body needs. Breathe that breath on in. And then one last inhale to look forward. And it's a step, jog, hop, or fly to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, full forward fold. Rise and reach to extend, grow taller here. Hands down through the heart center. We have 2 more just like that. Hands to reach, sink down through the heels. Fold it forward, lift the tail. Plant down through the hands, step it back. Plank. Drop it down. Breathe it through to your back bend. Exhale, kick it back. Down dog. Taking your time here, there's no rush. Finding what feels good. Maybe it's a lift of one leg, a lift of the other, or maybe it's stillness that your body needs. Noticing each body part. Step or jog, hop or fly to the front edge of your mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Rise and reach to extend. In our practice, we cultivate a silent sun salutation, which we will take now to cultivate your home practice. Reach the hands and drop it. Fold it forward. Great work, everybody. Drawing the hands down now. We're going to work the upper neck and shoulders. Moving the feet as wide as your yoga mat. Begin to drop on down, dropping down into that squat. Hands reach on out to a letter T, palms face down. Wrapping the left hand around the body, right hand comes down through that midline. Goddess pose. If you wish for more with the shoulders, the hands can wrap together and the thumbs can come a little bit up, making sure that you're sinking down and keeping tall all at the same time. Stick with it. Rise and reach, extend, draw those hands on out, reach it up to touch and drop it down. This time the right hand draws around the body, left hand through center, bind. See if that backside can sink down a little bit more as the thumbs come up. Exhale, release, push down through that heels. Glory here. Our balancing pose, we'll stick with the same arms, our Garuda arms, but we're going to cross over our legs rather than the wide-legged stance. Left leg over the right, hands out to the letter T. Sink it down, wrap that back leg around if you wish. If you want to wrap those arms around, one hand around the body, one hand down through center, elbows to meet, hands can reach on up, and you can sink just a little bit more. Beautiful eagle, Garuda. One more breath here. Lifting those elbows so that the upper back is engaged. Exhale, release. Draw those hands on up. And other side. Plant down through that left hand side. Right leg wraps around. Hands come out to the letter T. See if you can wrap the opposite hand around. Can you remember which one it is? Thumb draws down through the midline. Elbows to reach, body to sink. One more breath here. Magnificent work. Extend it out, reach it through, unroll those legs. Vinyasa down to the ground. Rise it up. Float down like a leaf. Take that halfway lift. Plant through the hands and make it way back. Drop down through the belly. Breathe on here and then extend those knees as wide as your yoga mat and draw it back to child's pose or extended child's pose. Your body will tell you which one you need. Dropping the head. Armpits engaged here. This is an active pose. Backside falls down towards the heels. One more deep breath here in your little cave of love. Drawing back, hands and knees. If your knees are a little bit tricky today, you can roll up your mat. I'm going to take some upper body twists now. So strong foundation, draw up through that belly, press away from your yoga mat, leaving the left hand where it is. The right hand reaches on up, reaches towards the ceiling or the sky, wherever you're at. And with a smile, we thread down, ear comes towards the mat. Doesn't have to meet it, doesn't have to come anywhere close. And draw it on up, rise and reach. See if you can reach just that little bit further now. Exhale through. One more on this side. Rise it up. Float it down. Just reaching up just to unroll. Plant it through and switch. Reach those fingers up. Draw it down. Ear comes towards the mat, tapping into that inner smile. Rise it up. And release, really working those shoulders and that spine. And last one, rise and reach. Deep side body stretch as well. Float on through. Excellent. Just pause here. Our abs are going to be hands and knees abs today with a little bit of balance. So right hand comes out to the front like you're shaking my hand. Left leg comes on back, nice and straight. Toes point towards the ground. And we pulse that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trying to keep nice and strong and straight here. Elbow comes towards the knee, crunch it in. Send it back, send those fingers to me and drop the knee down. Other side. Reaching the hand long, leg on back. Pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw that elbow in, knee on in. Extend on out. See if you can go even further this time. Drop it down, other side. We're going to hold it for 10 this time. Right hand out, left leg back, toes towards the ground. Keep everything steady as we pulse. For 10. Heel towards the ceiling, toes towards the ground. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. Draw it in. Drop down. The hard work's almost done, guys. Extend out, other side. Toes in on towards the ground. Heel in line with the backside. As we pulse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw it on in. Release on down. Great work. Coming to sit in a comfortable seated position. Ending where we began. Shoulders can roll back. Open up through that chest. Release the hands here. If this is a comfortable spot for your meditation, please feel free to remain here. Otherwise, if you wish to take another pose, maybe a happy baby, or fall down onto the rug or the mat in a shavasana, it's entirely up to you. Today's meditation is a 100 breath countdown. We're focusing on the breath into the top part of the lungs, the mid part, the breath into the belly. If it helps you to hold on to those ribs as you breathe, do so feeling that thoracic breath. There's no right way to do this meditation. Simply start at 100. 100, I am breathing in. 100, I am breathing out. 99, I am breathing in. 99, I'm breathing out. Natural breath in your own time. If you lose track of where you are in the countdown, start from your favorite number and count down again. If you're like me and have the sounds of the neighborhood drifting on in, embrace them, for yoga is not just on the mat. It gets taken into everyday life as well. Wherever your countdown's at, pause it here, or continue to sit in the meditation once the video is finished. You're a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. And whether or not you know it, the universe is unfolding exactly as it should. Namaste.